Hello and welcome to another edition of We Stream. This video has been brought to you by you all. That's right, if you want me to react to stuff that I otherwise wouldn't react to, or maybe didn't see your comments begging me to react to, you can go to my website, wescheme.com. Link is pinned below, and that's the plug. So this is Josh A. You're Not Alone. I've listened to Josh A. a couple times, sounded pleasant enough, so let's see what this is like.
Just let me down, don't let me down, show me. Just let me down, don't let me down, show me.
I guess there's not much for me to watch. It's just the still Terminator hand in a lake image. A watery lake instead of a lake. I mean, he's not doing the thumbs up. That's what comes to my head is Terminator 2. Calm down.
I feel so alone these days, lost myself along this way. If it gets worse then I might need change. Does anybody out there feel the same? I just want to go back to the world that I was living in, back when I wasn't focused on the money or the dividends.
So this has a very NF sort of a vibe to it, both in message and styling. The instrumental doesn't feel too much like a lot of what NF would do, but the way that he's delivering the cadence, the way he's trying to switch between some more the deliberate flows to the da-da-da-da-da flows, and his lyrical content reminds me a lot of NF. But he doesn't sound like NF in his vocal tonality. But lyric-wise, I've been here before, and there's nothing really pulling me into this any differently than when I've heard this before.
Back when life was so simple, but right now I've been drowning. Yeah, my circle gets smaller with every comma. Had to cut off some people, don't want the drama.
You know, honestly, I think the best version of this kind of song, right? Cut off the people with every comma as in every new zero added to his bank accounts. My favorite version of this type of song about growing up, finding some fame, and just kind of wanting to have that success, but also not wanting to lose the people around you or the innocence you had to get it, is Stressed Out by 21 Pilots. I think that's my favorite example of the way to portray this, because they're not melodramatic about it. You know, they're just talking about it in a much more real way. And I think that's probably one of the reasons 21 Pilots is such a popular band. I don't care for anything they're doing lately since Warner Brothers got their claws into them. But yeah, that's it's my favorite brand of this concept.
All the snakes on my path and they're so dishonest. Try to give them a plate, but they're in my pockets. I don't want this life. Sometimes I went off this ride. Sometimes I don't even want to try. Sometimes I'm searching for answers that I'll never get. Like, why was it so hard to try to exist?
Yeah, and you know, I've done some melodramatic songs like this. My version of melodrama that I get into is usually more emotionally aggressive in tone. Whether that be like a Dashboard Confessional full emo, or like a metal band going like really hard. But this like low-key hip-hop rap melodrama vibe isn't one I've ever really liked listening to unless there's something very distinct lyrically or very distinct in sound that makes me go, oh. But this for me is just going to be a drop in a bucket of water. And I'm just going to be like, okay, I've seen this. I don't really care.
Why was it better when I was a kid? When I saw traumas I tried to forget, man. I was 13 when I saw my mom get choked out. Called 911, then I broke down. Got too much pain, never wrote down. Let it build till that breakdown. Bad sage and
I think I might have had someone have me listen to this on a live stream, maybe, because some of these bars are very familiar. So maybe someone requested this on a live stream at some point as well, because some of this I think I've heard this song, at least bits of it before, maybe not the whole thing. But you know, even when he's talking about like his childhood, when I saw my mom get choked out and all this stuff, I worked in publishing for a little while. And everyone wanted to write their life story. And one thing I always said, I'm like, most of the time, nobody cares about your life story until they already care about you. Because we all go through shit. And if you're going to make your life story interesting to someone who doesn't already care about you, you have to write about it in a way that's intriguing rather than just matter of fact. Now, if you're already famous, which I think Josh A has a big enough following to get away with it, I'm just not part of that following, then, you know, you could just tell it straight up and people will enjoy it because they're invested in you. But for someone on the outside who's not invested in you as an artist, if you're just saying what happened in your life, nobody's going to care unless you say it in a very intriguing way.
London, hard to predict when the pain is coming. Push it all down till I can't stomach it. Can't run from it down till everything hurts. I don't want to think that it might get worse, cause if it gets worse I don't know what'll happen. I might end up hurting me till my pulse flattens. Until then I focus on all of my passions, I'm losing my way.
I mean, overall, the song sounds fine. And I think that's kind of what I said at the very start of this. What I've heard of Josh A is like, it sounds good, but nothing resonates for me to like, oh, I'm going to listen to this or put this on a playlist.
Lost in my mind now. I don't know but my head.
It's funny. He really sounds like Tyler Joseph from 21 Pilots when he's doing this. Since I had mentioned 21 Pilots earlier, I think that must be an inspiration for him.
I'm not getting better. I'm not changing. Drowning in the deep end.
I like the musical switch here. This reminds me of a little, the bigger, wider sound you might get when Linkin Park gets dramatic.
That's how I've been living. Distract myself, that's why I've been driven. I don't want to think about the things that make me weak. Down this rabbit hole till I can leave. Down until my brain feels obsolete. Wish I did and viewed the world so bleak. Always wear my issues on my sleeve.
So yeah, even when he's talking about his mental health, his anxiety, wearing everything on his sleeve, and it's just all, it's not intimate enough for me to like really be like, oh, wow, this dude's like really being raw. And then the moments when he is being a little more raw, like when he gave the direct example of his mom, it's just, it doesn't stand out. There's just something missing with me connecting to this music. Yeah, I get it. You have some emotional traumas and you had a tough life, and a lot of us have. It sounds nice, but I'm going to have forgotten it by the time I end it.
Like, you think that you're on the right path, till one thing goes wrong and your vision goes black. Your body goes numb and you think on the past. You think on your life and when things went bad. It follows no matter the place. Changing location just picks up the pace. Thought it'd be safe when I sold out a stage. That's when the demons caught up to the race.
And so now he's talking about he thought he'd feel better when he got famous. You know, thought it'd feel safe when I sold out a stage, but that's when the demons, like, fame doesn't make it go away. But again, we've heard this all before. Now here's the nice thing. For Josh A, this will appeal to the widest audience possible. This is what I tend to view as like the normie sad music. It's loose and standard enough that almost anyone could gravitate or grab little pieces of it that they relate to, kind of like astrological signs. Astrological signs exist because everything is in vague enough terms that people relate to whatever sign they've been born into, and then feel there's a lot of truth and relevance to it, and their emotions feel it from there. It's the same thing with music that's created in a way that's just enough distinct to feel like it's its own thing, but it's really, it's cookie cutter. Now, I don't know if Josh has a lot more. I haven't researched his whole catalog. I don't know if he has a lot more stuff that's more unique, or if he just sticks to basic, popular styles. He might just stick to basic popular styles because the thing about those styles is they're popular, and that's a good way to make a living off of music.
Grab me by the neck and they point back down again. Seeing childhood traumas that I relived. I was half asleep at like 12 a.m. Sister's ex-boyfriend breaking in. He beat on my sister, I wanted to murder him, but I was too young to be hurting him. That's not rage any child should feel. That's not pain that ever does heal.
There's just something about it. Like he's telling there like a story about his life. I was too young to hurt the dude that was beating my sister, the boyfriend or whatever. Something doesn't connect with me. There's something just missing there where I'm just like, okay. I don't know if it's that the music is structured in such like a simple way, or if it's that even when his voice crescendos, it crescendos in a way that's very safe and controlled. There's a disconnect between the story and the artist, and I can't reconcile it. There's a certain nuance that I usually feel in a song talking about such heavy issues that make me really like invested in it. And I think it's a combination of the sound is very safe. The lyrics are very direct, but not in a way that makes the story being told extremely compelling. It just makes it extremely, okay, that's what happened. And it's also being done by an artist who I don't have personal investment in, which, that's going to make it much tougher. You think about a song like Mockingbird by Eminem, which I think is one of the best storytelling raps ever. And every bit, even when he's just saying something basic, you just are entranced in the actual story of it, the story component, painting the picture. And there's moments when this song does this, but it's just like it's there for a moment and then we get drawn back away from it. I think it's just a perfect storm of I have no investment in this artist. This artist does very safe pop styled music, and the other kind of things I've already mentioned just makes it that this is going to be forgettable and flat for me.
Wanna complain, but I never wanna set foot on stage. Every time I do, I relive pain, cause I got sad songs so ingrained. I relive all of my scars and how I got them, it's revealing me. Relive all the worst parts of my life and it's been killing me.
Yeah, so now he's talking about you perform songs that are sad songs about the bad times in your life, and so I don't want to go on stage. I don't want to have the PTSD moment of doing those songs. And that's a relatable feeling even for me as an artist because I have those kind of songs, but there's something in me that just doesn't buy it. And call that what you will. I don't get authenticity from the vibe of the song. Now, I don't think most people are deliberately inauthentic and they want to be a certain way and they're not necessarily. I get a vibe of, did you want to make a sad song? And I could be off on that. That's just, that's just my perception of it as I hear it.
Drowning in the deep end, voices calling. I can see them, I've been drowning in the deep end, voices calling. I can see them.
And I think we're just going to have chorus, it seems like, the rest of the way. And what's weird is this whole like dramatic build and everything, I complimented it before. They kind of went from Tyler Cassidy to Linkin Park feel. But we're doing it like all a second time. I guess that's like the actual chorus and bridge. It's kind of long. And if we're doing the whole thing the same way, like I would really hope this crescendos into something bigger than the last time we heard it. But by the way that the music's building, I think it's literally going to be a loop of the same thing, which is going to be an unsatisfying end. But here's fingers crossed that we get a bigger moment vocally or otherwise.
In the deep end, voices calling.
Come on, I want to hear like an octave switch up to like drowning. Like let's fucking go.
See them, I've been drowning in the deep end, voices calling. I can see them.
Nope, not even close. we backed the fuck out of that. All right, so that was Josh A. You're Not Alone. By the time I'm done editing and uploading this, I will have pretty well forgotten this song. It feels just instinctually, it feels disingenuous. I can't say any like objective reason that is. Just my instinct doesn't feel like this is a very genuine piece of music. It feels like someone who wanted to make a sad song. So they talked about all of the saddest bits of their life that they could to make that sad song, whether intentionally or not. It also just comes off as a very flat pop type of music to me. If you've watched any of my reactions, you know I'm not into basic pop structured music at all. Not that there's anything inherently wrong with it, it just does not interest me and it will never impress me or be something that I'll want to willingly listen to. And this kind of falls into that niche. Well, it's not a niche, that's like the mainstream. But that's how I'm going to take it. So get over yourself. Comment below all the reasons you hate me for not loving this. Let me know what you want to see next. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe if you are still here for this and have, a thick enough skin to survive actual real criticism and crap. And until next time, of course, I scheme, you scheme, we all scheme for ice cream. Bye!